One thing that I've learned, right, growing up in church my whole life, is that leadership is extremely territorial. It's extremely territorial, especially within the black church, especially. And if the shoe doesn't fit, I'm not painting with a broad brush. This is, we don't need to be an enemy to nuance. Everybody's not going to relate to this, but I feel like in the black church it is the worst. And there's this idea that the younger generation is supposed to just kind of shut up and serve. And we like the placement. So we'll have a youth group, we'll have the thing, but there's a difference between that and actually platforming and actually preparing a younger generation. And there's also this idea that there's too many chiefs and not enough Indians and all the different things that, the ideas that we hear. I don't, that's the stats don't prove that. In any setting, I mean, even going back to grade school, you knew who the leaders were in the classroom. It ain't that many people stepping up wanting to lead, right? And so the reason why this is interesting, because even last year, unsolicited, just through a conversation of challenge, from an older man, because they can challenge well, they do that well, or they can rebuke well, or admonish well. And so he said to me, man, just wait your turn, just sit back, your time gonna come, just wait your turn, just hush and just your time gonna come. And I laugh because there's this understanding. They don't understand that the time is actually now, right? But I will also say it ain't about me. I'm almost 40 years old. This is so much deeper than me. I've reconciled that whatever God has for me is for me. I'm okay, dude. I've dealt with enough rejection in my life, and that I am fortified, right? This is a voice that people don't understand. This is actually biblical. There's one small part in Joel 2:28 that says, your young man shall see visions and your old man shall dream dreams. Let me read this. It signifies a generational partnership empowered by the Holy Spirit in the last days. Generational synergy. Instead of the past merely being preserved, old men dream forward, challenging young men to seize new opportunities, right? And so in reality, the old man's dream is actually that of imparting wisdom to see the younger man's dream come forth. In order for that to happen, it can't just be through conversation. It actually has to be through platform. It actually has to be through affirmation. And guess what? The young man has to be able to accept the fact that there's also going to be some admonishing. There's also going to be moments where you get rebuked, because he wants to see that whatever God has given you in the legacy live forth through you, in the young men and the young women. Young men see dreams, old men see vision. That means it's forward. The young man, some of his overzealousness and some of the things that the older generation doesn't like is actually God moving through him and needing your wisdom to course correct and help him. That would mean that you give opportunity. It's not you just serve for me, we serve together. It's not an either or, right? And so there's this idea that says you ain't gonna have no seat at this table, not understanding that true legacy lives on right now when you platform and give opportunity to the next generation. Because no matter how well you preach, no matter how much you pray, no matter how much you think you know your word, there is a voice of a younger generation that can say some things that will relate in a way that you cannot relate. And that is actually God moving. That's biblical. And so there should be young men sitting next to an older generation. There should be younger women sitting and standing hand in hand to the older generation, and them understanding that you are up next. And so I want to show you the day-to-day of what God has called me to and platformed me to. And I want to give you that opportunity to have the best opportunity you can have when I am no longer here. And so we got too many 70, 80-year-olds saying you can have it when I die, not understanding that God is moving in a young generation right now, and they need your help, older generation. That is it. That is all. Remain hopeful.